Alright guys, what's the crack? Welcome back to another video. This entire video is just dedicated to my program or my plan for the next 4 weeks. Big shout out to Dean Mack for the whiteboard. So my goals with this program are to improve at Gaelic football. Alright. Got all this written up on the board. So I am going to start over here in this top right hand corner, and I hope you can see everything. I hope everything is in focus. So in order to, let's say, get the most out of our training, we want to think about our nutrition and our recovery first. So this is at the base of our pyramid, the most important component. So I'm going to track the sleep hours and the sleep quality. I'm going to track my heart rate variability, and I'm also going to track cold and flu-like symptoms. Next, we've got nutrition. So I'm going to be eating between 4,000 and 5,000 calories a day. That should put me in a slight surplus. I'll be aiming between 180 and 200 grams of protein a day. I'll be tracking all of that on MyFitnessPal. With supplements, I'm taking these on a daily basis. Light multivitamin, vitamin C, vitamin D, fish oils, beet shots, creatine. Other things that I really have to pay very close attention to is my asthma medication. And I also have to clean my room of dust 2 to 3 times a week. If I leave those two guys out, this all goes sideways. None of this works. Next thing is limiting factors and testing. So over the last week, I've done all of my testing. And now based on my sport, which is what I'm gearing this towards, I need to figure out where do I need to improve. So what are my limiting factors? After that, then we've got these 3 next sections, which are, all equally as important. Working through different planes of motion and being, effective with our technique. I'm very effective with all my technique and all my movements because I've been going to the gym for a long time. The awareness of, are you using all the different planes of motion that you should be using? So frontal plane, sagittal plane, transverse plane, which basically means like going forwards and backwards, going sideways and rotating. So using all those planes, but also are you efficient within those planes? So can you bench press properly? Can you squat properly? Can you do a lunge pattern properly? So that's all taken care of in terms of this program. All those planes, they're all taken care of. The only thing that might need work if you're watching this and you want to implement some of this is your technique on your movements. Next thing then is BB, so that stands for barbell. So I'll be essentially using a barbell to overload in all of these planes. And I'll also be moving towards kind of Olympic style movements. After that, then we're talking about speed and endurance. So like in a lot of cases, speed is king. But if you don't have enough endurance, you might get one really good sprint at the start of the game and then you might be knackered for the rest of it. So I need to try and find the balance between speed and endurance. And ultimately my goal is a GAA goal, okay? So I've written down the goal here, be the best Gaelic footballer I can be. That is not a smart goal, okay? So, but I do have a lot of smart goals that fall underneath that. Now we're going to talk about the kind of physical aspects to build my athleticism. Endurance and conditioning first. Now I'm going to be doing this 5 times a week because I'm training at the moment for a marathon. So I decided to sign up for the Dublin Marathon, which is on the 29th of October. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 short runs during the week and then a long run at the weekend. Okay, next section we've got is strength and power. I'm going to do 4 days a week. That's going to happen in the gym. It's going to be an upper-lower split. And it's going to be a 6-day split. So I've got 6 different workouts, 3 upper, 3 lower, and I'm going to do those 4 days a week and just cycle them. So day 1, barbell bench press, seal row, and corrective. They're going to be supersetted together. So I'll do one after the other with very little rest in between. So there's my first superset. Then I'll do some kind of incline bench press, pull up, and another corrective. And then I'll do unilateral press, a lateral raise, and a corrective. Day 2 is going to be legs. So starting off with a power clean. I'll do a little bit of balance after that, and then I'll introduce another corrective. Superset number 2 is going to be squat, skills work, and corrective. So that skills work and that corrective again is going to allow me to make use of my time, but also give me rest in between my sets on the squat. Then I'll do a lunge pattern, RDL, and again a corrective. Day 3 is another upper body session, an overhead press movement, pull-up movement, and a corrective. Unilateral dumbbell bench press, unilateral row, and a corrective. Incline fly, reverse fly, and again a corrective. Day 4, again we're starting off with power at the start, so a dumbbell snatch, some balance work, and a corrective to give me some rest. And then into my second superset, which is lunge, skills work, and corrective again. On day 5, it's way more about power. I'm reducing the amount of volume I'm doing, so I'm reducing the amount of weight I'm doing, and I'm focusing a little bit more on speed. So I'll be doing a speed bench press, I'll be doing a speed row, and then I'll have a corrective. I'll do a speed overhead press and a speed pull-up, and then I'll have a corrective. So I want to be moving quicker, and I want to be using a lighter weight. Day 6 then is the same principles except for the lower limb. Okay, so all of that is going to be put together on the app as well. So that's where I'll be tracking all my numbers. I'll talk about the app again towards the end of this. Next section we've got is rehab core mobility. I'll be doing this 4 days a week again. I'll be doing it on the exact same days as my workout. In terms of the rehab work, it's going to be ankle and shoulder rehab. Core work, which is maybe like abdominal work, I'll be doing that on a daily basis, and glute med. So this will be kind of my core, right? So the glute med is going to really help me with moving side to side. So in terms of my lower limb mobility, I'll be doing hamstrings, hip flexors, calves, groins, glutes. In terms of the upper mobility, I'll be focusing on the anterior shoulder compartment here. So I'll be focusing here. Day 1 is going to be shoulder rehab. Day 2 is going to be ankle rehab, shoulder, ankle, shoulder, ankle. I'm going to be doing core work every day. Second day then, again, core and glute med. Core and glute med. Core and glute med. Mobility work, MOB stands for mobility, so this will be this stuff that will be done every day. And I also will probably, in a lot of cases, work that into where you see the word corrective. Next section is speed, agility, quickness, and I'm going to be working on this 4 times a week, which is going to be again worked into my sessions. What I'm focusing on is speed, the technique around speed and developing speed. Stability, so landing on one leg, landing on 2 legs, and landing in a stable position so that I can change direction, so change of direction. So if I land, I want to be able to go left, right, forwards or backwards. But if I'm going left or right, forwards or backwards, I also want to be able to turn and go the opposite way. The last section then down here, skill and study. This again will be done on a daily basis. If I study, okay, this type of kick is really working well for me, I'm gonna stick at that one. Or I'm gonna try this new style of kick and see if I can get an extra couple of yards on it. Breakdown of this is hands, so handling drills, hand passing drills, kicking, short, long, medium, kicking, patterns and decisions. Visualization, is going to be a really important component of this as well. So I've broken this into like 3 aspects to give you more detail: the gym, the pitch, and video. So within the gym, I can use hand-eye coordination drills and I can use foot-eye coordination drills. When I get onto the pitch, this is when I'm going to focus on medium to long kicking and shooting. In terms of the video work then, this is about the study aspect and the decision aspect. And also recognizing patterns. So those 3 are more or less the same thing. So recognizing setup. So again, if you see 3 people in front of you, you know that that's not where you want to go. There's kind of GAA aspects to that. But then I'm actually going to do a bit of studying basketball. Essentially studying basketball movements in terms of when you recognize a defender in front of you, how do you jink left and right in order to get past him or get around him? Or if you're tracking a man or defending a man and he's coming at you, based on his hip position, what direction is he most likely to go? Last thing, cannot forget it, have a bit of crack on the daily basis. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Oh, last thing, what I'm going to be doing to organize all this is, again, I'm going to be putting all this on the app. Now, it's going to make it so much easier for me, because basically what I'll have is I'll have my day 1 listed out, all of my exercises there, all of the sets and the reps, and I'll be able to track everything in the app, and I'll have videos for all those exercises so I won't miss out on a thing. I'm going to make that app available to anyone who wants to use it. Anyone who's a member in Fit 100, if you want, or a member here in the gym or a member online, if you want to get access to this, just message me on the app and I'll sign you up onto this, and I'll put my training program into your app. Now the thing is, I can't give this away for free because it actually costs me to have people on the app, and there's a good bit of work into putting the program onto your profile and setting up the calendar and stuff for you. So I'm going to make it available for €10 a month. It's literally as cheap as I can give it. If you don't want to use the app, I'm still going to make this stuff available on the videos. So I'm going to put up all the workouts and the movements that I do, and you can actually search the movements on Fit 100 HQ YouTube page. That's the video. Slán.
Slán.